So when I train people, one of the first things I tell them early on is, I'm going to teach you how to isolate each individual muscle by itself. And we're going to really be able to do that. But what you probably didn't hear from any other trainer or anything is, I'm also going to teach you how to shut off and not use the muscles you're not supposed to be using. One of the problems with heavy training is recovery. And an old bodybuilding split through the week was like chest and back, arms, legs and shoulders. So let's explore if that was, now I'm not saying that's a good strength, but that's a normal thing that people do. And I want to illustrate how easy it is to overtrain something. So if you think about what the people do for chest, they're probably going to do some sort of benching. But in any case, as they do their chest, they're probably going to involve the triceps. And then of course on tricep and bicep day, they're going to use the triceps. And then on shoulder day, they're probably also going to do some sort of press. So the triceps are getting hit on the first day, the second day, and the third day. There's really no time for them to recover. So that's a problem with all your training, and you have to balance that out, and you have to balance your days out. But here's an exercise for the shoulders that we're going to make an attempt to take as much of the tricep out of it as we can. So then maybe you could do a heavy bench workout on one day of the week, and then potentially, depending on your ability to recover and deal with your sleep and your eating and your rest and all of those things, shoulders on another day. It is possible. And here's one of the things that I think will be very helpful. What we're going to do is we're going to do just a shoulder press on the machine. You can do this with dumbbells. You could do this with, machines are nice because they let you relax more. And we're going to have to relax the tricep. And so the machine kind of holds everything in place. So a Smith machine, some sort of shoulder pressing machine, those are ideal, but you use what you have at hand. This all happens really in your head. What she has to do is she has to put your arm up just here without anything. She has to use the shoulder muscle in front, this frontal delt, and not this. Now, interestingly enough, at this point, stand up for a minute for me, please. So at this point in the press, the muscle we want to train is above, superior to the humerus, the arm bone. And the muscle we don't want to train is below, the tricep. So it's above versus below. We want to move this bone with the muscles above it, and we want to pick it up rather than the muscles below and push it up. And that's really the crux of the biscuit. So she's going to sit down in here, and a good way to feel this and learn it is to have somebody go halfway up. So go halfway up, about 90 degrees with your arm.
Just regular.
Yeah, just about halfway. Now, hold it right there. Now, what I like to teach people to do is to hold it with the top muscle and relax the bottom muscle. And feel how you're holding it with the top and not from underneath. Now switch. Hold it from the tricep, boost it up, and try to relax this. You won't be able to do it 100%, but you'll be able to feel a difference. There's a difference when you think about it. When you think, I want to lift this, rest please. And this is a very good way to try to learn that control of holding it with the shoulder or holding it with the tricep. Top, bottom. I mean, I can feel it because I've practiced a lot, but you can too if you practice a lot. And what this will allow you to do is to hit those front delts at least without more tricep stimulation and cutting into tricep recovery. So that's our goal. We want to minimize triceps, maximize that front delt. Go ahead and grab. And what she's going to do is almost the full range, but she's not going to do the full range. I'm going to start here, and in this position, she's going to kind of tuck her elbows behind her. Let me have your hand for a second. And the motion is kind of going to go to there. See how she kind of pulls that back to get that front delt stretched? You can keep it underneath too, but you won't get as much. So actively try to pull back. Now grab hold, pull the elbows back. Now, only in front, please. Nice, okay, now only in front. Take your time. Don't use those triceps. Just pull it up from the top muscle. Very good, very good, very good. Don't have to go much further than this, because if you finish it, go ahead and finish it. That's gonna be triceps. That's gonna extend this joint. So let's keep that joint bent to about there. Now, hang it up here and set those triceps off. Go ahead, back down. And as it comes down, I want you to go ahead and stretch the shoulders back behind you. It's a move that you don't have to make, and it's not really weighted, but it gets you thinking about this front delt motion. And if you don't take your time and go slowly like this, you won't feel it. You'll do what you always do. You'll do your norm. You'll kick in way too much tricep. So you have to do this slowly so you can learn how to do it. Tuck them back. Now start flexing them. Top only, pull up from, pull this bone up from right there. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. That's far enough, good. Now set it down slowly, but keep holding it from the top. Don't put anything on these. Good, and one more. Let's get a nice pump, all right. Flex through it. Smoothly. Now you can go faster than this once you learn how to control the muscle. Stop and set it down. So when I train people, one of the first things I tell them early on is, I'm going to teach you how to isolate each individual muscle by itself. And we're going to really be able to do that. But what you probably didn't hear from any other trainer or anything is, I'm also going to teach you how to shut off and not use the muscles you're not supposed to be using. And that's just as important, because if she were to do this with her triceps, that's a lot of muscle mass more to help raise this weight. And it doesn't let us do our goal of resting the triceps. So you not only have to learn, yes, you definitely have to learn to feel the muscles you're working. Feel it, feel it. You hear trainers say that all the time, and it's true. But you also have to know how to shut off the ones you're not supposed to be using. So like in a rowing motion, if you use your biceps, that's not going to help your back. So you have to learn to drag your arms with the back and not pull the arms. And so you have to learn not to use some things if you want to maximize the growth in other areas. So this is to maximize shoulder work and minimize the triceps, and it can be very useful. You could actually maybe get away with an extra day of presses. And it depends on your recovery. You may not be able to. If you're pressing too hard and you can't recover, you won't be able to. But a lot of you will be able to. And even if you're not worried about recovery, you're not in a training cycle for a meet or something, you can still benefit from doing it this way because it builds huge front delts. So if you're interested in some shoulder development, don't use triceps. So it's a partial range of motion, pulling from the top, not from pushing from the bottom. And that's it.
This is a sissy squat, but check this thing out. So this is a mega sissy squat. So you get the adjustments that you normally need, which means the